All right, Friendo.
Yep.
What have you been watching? Anything fun? Anything exciting?
We finally got through the rest of Only Murders in the Building, and oh man, I was so sad. 5 seasons, 10 episodes a season, so fitty. And now we are caught up with the American Public. The season 5 just ended. Set up for season 6. That's one reason of many why I picked this movie.
Okay.
I really enjoy Steve Martin in it. Season 5 was amazing. We get Renee Zellweger in it. We get oh my god,
Wasn't it like a ton of like actors and actresses? Like they had like a TV, like it was like a show or something. Something was happening. I don't know anything.
Oh, season 4. Yeah, they're like making a movie about them.
Okay,
That's Galifianakis,
that was
Eugene Levy, and Eva Longoria. 5, we get Christoph Waltz is in it. He's awesome. As is Renee Zellweger. Oh my god. Renelle. Yeah, it's a lot of people. So yeah, it's really great. I think you should watch it. I think you would really enjoy it a lot. I think you should watch it.
I might. I'm on the verge of canceling Hulu though because of the gigantic price tag and lack of anything on there that I'm watching currently. So I might go. I don't know. So Steve Martin, big driver for you in picking this movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Welcome to the Recommended Podcast. My name is Ryker, and this is my co-host, shower curtain salesman, Brenden.
Real quick, right off the rip, I just want to get this out. So Steve Martin's son says he prefers noogies over Indian burns.
Okay.
What? You know what both of those things are, correct?
Yeah.
You know what an Indian burn is, where they like take your skin and they turn it?
Yeah, I don't know what do they call that now?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, who prefers a noogie over that? I feel like an Indian burns don't really bother you. I mean, they kind of hurt,
but that stays. A noogie is just like just mush your hair up, and then like with the
no.
Other,
I mean, I think if someone noogies you with their knuckle, that hurts.
Would you like me to do both of those things?
No, I want you to do neither. But I'm just saying, I would rather have an Indian burn than a noogie. So the fact that this kid points out, he's like, "Oh, I would rather have a noogie." I'm like, "You're an idiot."
I honestly, the kids did not even register to me at all. None
of course, yeah, no,
none of their
small.
None of their conversations, and nothing was significant enough to matter.
No, of course,
but I will tell you that one thing I was surprised by. Actually, this week I've decided I'm going to put the movie on in the background instead of our normal timer.
I love this. This is great because we can pick things out.
2 things initially that really messed with my head. Well, it'll be great until we hit a freaking 15-minute ad wall. But it is free. You can't really fight it. But I didn't realize I was actually out at a restaurant that has like TVs in it. They had this movie playing last Friday when I was in there, and I saw it. I was like, I don't remember Kevin Bacon in this movie. I also didn't remember that Ferris Bueller's dad was Steve Martin's business partner. So that was like, both of those were kind of shockers. But Kevin Bacon being in this movie for like all of 40 seconds was like wild to me. I was like, oh, I didn't even like. I couldn't even remember that.
He's gasoline, dude. You got him on the screen right now. He's great. When Martin is like, oh shit, I need to get a cab, and you look over and it's young Kevin Bacon, and Kevin Bacon's got some, feet, man. He can run. He can hustle.
Oh my god!
Steve Martin gets thwarted by what was that guy, jazz dancing or something?
What?
It's just a guy like dancing crazily, and he holds up Martin, and that's how Bacon gets ahead of him.
No, he gets thwarted by he trips on the suitcase.
Well, that too.
Well, that's the biggest piece of it because he bones him twice because he has his luggage sitting in the street, and then he has his he steals his cab as he's like paying for his like cab that this guy's called. It's ridiculous. Anyway, before we get into analyzing every second of this movie while we are watching it as it plays, so this is the Recommended Podcast. We talk about movies, TV, and entertainment media. This week we're talking about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is a Thanksgiving movie that is kind of one of the only good ones that I could find. It was kind of crazy. I know there's a Charlie Brown one, but this one is, I think, the standout for me. I know when we hosted Thanksgiving the first year, we played this in our house while everybody was waiting for us to bring out the food. But yeah, this one, Steve Martin, John Candy, really the only 2 actors that are important in this whole movie. The kids, the family doesn't matter at all, and the side characters are all great. But the end, like, it's weird too, because like every single one of the side characters, you almost feel like, oh, I recognize that actor or that I recognize that actress, like constantly throughout this whole movie. But none of them are really like stand out in any way. These two kind of just back and forth off each other. It's like, hey, we want to make a movie about John Candy and Steve Martin. Go. That's really what it was. I still liked it. I liked it a lot. Brenden, what did you think? Was this your first time watching this movie?
Yeah, I had never seen this before, and I have to say, this is really awesome. I loved it. I nerded out on this a little bit. Yeah, I think it's the best thing. There's not a lot of competition. This is the best Thanksgiving movie. I consider this a Thanksgiving movie. I would say it's one of the best holiday movies. This is great. This is hilarious. I mean, only thing John Hughes did here was just like flip the camera on and let these guys do their thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We have a lot of things to talk about with it, but I mean, I'll get this right off the rip. I had seen where John Hughes had originally wanted Hanks and Travolta in this movie, which I don't know what that would look like. I think they probably could have pulled off. I don't know.
Which one? Yeah. Which one was which though in that scenario?
Oh, I think Hanks was Steve Martin.
Okay, and Travolta was I just don't see Travolta as like that good of a straight man.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, these guys are perfect. Like I guess, I know I nerd out like, oh, everything is so great, in my brain, but this is like a perfect movie. This is great. Like, this is just letting these guys, I mean, John Candy, we meet John Candy. He's reading the novel or the book, The Canadian Mounted, with like a woman in a bikini on the cover. It's amazing. It's like, you knew from that point, you're like, I'm in on Dell.
I love how they reshot the him seeing him in the cab scene. When they see him there, because it's definitely not the same shot from him on the street. It's like they removed the cab door and put it in front of a wall for him to like he's been spotted. But no, yeah. Before we get into this movie anymore, recommends from both of us. So go check it out if you can. We'll give you a spoiler warning before we get into anything. But this movie is old, so get to it if you haven't already.
This movie holds up though. This movie holds up.
Yeah, it's yeah. There's not a lot in here that wouldn't make too much other than like payphone booths and like different things like that.
Yeah, but I think when you have a movie that's this old, you have to accept that, these were the times, right?
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, if a 25-year-old person watched this movie today, I think they would thoroughly enjoy it.
I think the most problematic thing that we get in this movie, and I could be way off. I'm painting this under a different like light because I was watching it and then I don't have a solid memory of it. I watched it a couple weeks ago at this point. But the only thing I think that would be problematic from this movie that I can remember is the fact that the kid says Indian burn. That's about it. It's the only thing that's different, other than Steve Martin berating a rental car service lady.
And interestingly enough, I led with the Indian burn comment. So cool.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying
Super
it's problematic. So. Let's get into trailer trash, trailer treasure. Brenden, what was your trailer? Because I don't remember who went first and who went last time.
My trailer. I'll do the Super Mario movie, Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is Super Mario movie 2, if you will.
Super Mario.
Yeah. I mean, look, I love the first one. I really like that. Honestly, like, I enjoy that. Another studio besides Disney is like putting out like something that's like appealing to the masses and it's making a lot of money. They could make 5 of these things, 10 of these things, and could print money every time. The first one was great. I really liked this trailer. Interestingly enough, not to spoil anything for you, I don't think it is. I mean, the movie's been out a while. At the very end of the Super Mario movie, post credits or mid credits, there's a scene where we see a Yoshi egg. And in the trailer, did you see Yoshi? I did not.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks great. We got Safdie as Bowser Jr., Rosalina's in it. We get some shots of them driving in the desert, which kind of looks like Super Mario Odyssey, that pyramid level. Yeah, this looks cool. I'm in.
It's wild to me that we've been doing this podcast for as long as we have. I don't think we've done an animated movie.
I mean, I think we're gonna soon. That's kind of why I'm like, this looks good.
Are we gonna do? Are we gonna soon? You're picking for Christmas, so I don't know. Maybe we do.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I'm all for it. I haven't watched all of Super Mario. I watched like the first half of it, and then I don't know, it was getting late. We shut it off and just never went back to it. It was okay. It wasn't like really any driving force. I do think that I still when I heard Chris Pratt in this, I laughed in my head because I was thinking about like him talking about how he had done like voice training for like a year to prepare for his role as Mario. He sounds exactly like him. He doesn't sound any different at all. He just sounds like Chris Pratt. Which honestly, that's why you hire Chris Pratt to be in your you hire him to be the person that they are. It's not like any of the other actors or actresses are, changing their voice that drastically. Like, was it Donkey Kong was Seth Rogen?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and he sounded exactly like Seth Rogen. And Luigi is Charlie Day, and he sounded exactly like Charlie Day. So, that's what you're paying for. So just hearing him say that was kind of wild. I don't know. I'll may watch it. It wasn't a bad trailer, though. I'll say it was probably a trailer treasure. It just wasn't, really kicking off for me. And it does start with like a spoiler. So I guess a spoiler for the end of the last movie. So if you haven't watched it, I wouldn't recommend checking out the trailer until you've watched the original.
Of course.
But it could autoplay. Like, I had it pop up to me on an Instagram ad. So it popped up and I was like, what's this? And I was like, oh, it's that. And then I realized the spoiler that was in the trailer. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that's what happened at the end of the movie, but I guess that's on me. It's like for not seeing it, but I just thought it was odd that it was like the first thing in the forefront. I feel like they could have probably done the trailer without it.
Yeah, but this is kind of a dicey thing though, because let's say they do the trailer and they show you full size Bowser. Anybody that's seen the first movie would be like, wait, he got big again, right?
Or just don't show Bowser.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do the trailer though without showing that. How do we know Jack Black's back?
I mean, you do
just
that,
hear the voice.
You do that by having Ben Safdie. Is it Ben Safdie that you said?
I think it's Ben. Yeah.
Ben Safdie saying he's coming for his dad. Like that's oh
yeah, and then you could have him just hear Jack Black's voice, like "Hey son" or something like that. That'd be cool. Yeah,
anything. But it's like again, it's on me for not watching the thing. But I still, like I said, trailer treasure. My movie first, or I guess not movie. My trailer was for the second season of Fallout, which was on Amazon Prime, and it was I think it was one of the best adaptations of video game like genre, like bringing a video game to live action. I feel like that was one of the better ones that was done. We watched the whole show, really liked it. Love Walton Goggins. I will continue to watch it as long as Walton Goggins is in it. So that for me was a trailer treasure because it was enough to like remind me of things that happened from the previous one and give me just enough of like what could be coming. That honestly I didn't need the trailer, but this one trailer treasure because I don't feel like it gave me too much.
5 stars, no notes. I didn't watch the rest of the season 1 of it. I watched like half of it, but it was really good. I just never got back to it. Quick question: who is the actress Ella Purcell? Right, that's her name.
Yeah, I think
Ella Purcell, something like that.
Is it Parnell?
Parnell?
Maybe?
No, I don't think it's Parnell.
I don't know.
I'll look. Purnell. Who's her dad supposed to be? That guy. Who's he? Is he supposed to be a character from the universe? I feel like he is. No,
he's just
dad.
He was just, I think, the head of the vault or something like that.
Head of Vault-Tec.
Yeah, Ella Purnell.
Yeah, Purcell.
Ella Purnell. She's in Yellow Jackets.
Yes,
that's. I think it's weird because like she was in. It's always weird watching somebody like. Watching some of these shows and seeing these actresses that are like really young or playing young characters and coming back like later on in their career and they're like I would say it like Arya Stark in like the Game of Thrones universe, right? It starts out, she's a young child. That show took like 10, 12 years before it was over. She's of age and doing a sex scene at the end of that show. And I was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, but like seeing her playing a very young girl and then in the Fallout universe, she is like an like adult getting married, and then she's like the first like episode she's having like a sex scene. It's just kind of like this is so like it's so weird like because there's so many instances now. I think I told you like I watched something and the character was, I think it was Yellow Jackets actually, the daughter character is like 16, 17. And there's a dude hitting on her in a bar who is very clearly like, he looks like he's in his 30s. And I was like, oh, that's so creepy. And then I was like, oh, that dude's like the same age as me. I couldn't have, it's just so weird. Like, like like I'm the creepy dude age if I were to be in this scenario. I wouldn't be in that scenario, but it's just weird to think about.
I mean, I don't want to slander Steve Martin, but I do want to say Steve Martin is 80 years old and his wife is like 53 or 56.
Dude, so Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, dude.
Yeah.
Both of them, they just had kids. They're like in their 90s. It's so creepy. Man. But yeah, like it's weird because like I think we're watching the Welcome to Derry show. And we were talking about the actress from the It movies. You didn't see the It movies. No. There's a redheaded actress in that. She was in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which, by the way, is a great movie. I may pick it for the podcast at some point. It was very good. Her name is Sophia Lillis. She is like a child in the It movies, and now she's like doing like all the. She's in the chair company. She is the daughter, his daughter, in the chair company.
Yeah.
But like knowing her from like It and seeing her as a little girl and now seeing her as an adult is very like bizarre because again, Dungeons and Dragons, they like have like a romance between her and another character, and it's just kind of like it's just very hard to like it's just weird to like to see like it's like watching your kids like go on a date with somebody else. Like, yeah, I know
what?
you're gonna have to live that nightmare at some point. You're gonna be like, oh, this is my kids. Like that's so weird. Like even your boy, you know, like everything. It's gonna be weird.
My kids aren't gonna be able to get a date. What are you kidding?
Yeah, they are. You are their dad, so
that is true.
No, I think that trailer was good for me. I said you said no notes, so I think
it's good.
I think we're good. I think we move into snack bar.
Thank God.
And then we'll get into the facts section.
I've been staring at this box for 10 minutes, and I'm hungry, and I'm like, I feel like you can hear it in my mic. Like I'm like my mouth is watering.
It's like 9 o'clock.
As a Subway ad is. I didn't eat dinner.
Why did you eat,
dude? Whatever. It's life. So what are we doing this week? We are gonna do. Is this our first Oreo flavor or creation that's not in a plastic package?
No, I think you brought over those the quad stuffed ones or like the extra stuffed ones might have been.
Oh yeah, those ones. Oh no, and I think the Reese's Oreos are actually in a box as well.
Yeah, the Reese's ones were in a box, but they were in a container in the box. It was very weird.
That's what these are too. So we did fudge covered Oreos. I'm very excited for these.
We did.
Well, what we're about to do.
Oh, should I do? Oh man, I got a question.
There's only 12 in this package. You get 12 of them for $4.70, which honestly I don't think is terrible because to buy chocolate covered Oreos is pretty expensive.
This reminds me of something my mom makes all the time for Christmas.
Just keep talking. I gotta eat one of these.
In Christmas, she always will make. We call them snowballs.
Oh my God, I can't even get it out.
The Oreo snowballs, and it's just a bunch of chopped up Oreos, crunched up. And cream cheese, and then you roll them into balls, and then you dip them in hot or like into like heated up chocolate, like white chocolate, and then they're snowballs. Those are like a staple for my family, and that's what those reminded me of. I almost want to do those as an option, but like not like we're gonna do it on the podcast, but not rate it because it can't be because it's a creation. But these are very similar. I think this is probably as close as you can get. Because I know they do don't they do white icing ones like around Christmas time?
I don't think so.
I thought they did. But fudge covered Oreo. So this is just basically a regular ass Oreo with fudge on it. It's
a regular ass Oreo covered in chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to. Yeah. I can't do my normal thing where I'll break it apart and eat the icing.
I'm sorry, I need a drink. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. You got to eat this.
You gotta eat it all.
You gotta eat this bog standard, bud.
Should I eat it all in one go?
No, you should not. Or that would be a mistake, in my opinion. Eating that in one bite would be a very large mistake.
Wouldn't it be smart for them to take this, but use like their mint flavored ones? Then it's like really like one of the Andes mints?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is. We can get into what we think. I mean, yeah, man. I think this is underutilized by them. This is great. This is delish.
Just a lot of chocolate, man.
No, it's good. And I'm somebody who I purposely don't like a lot of chocolate chips in my chocolate chip cookies. Like I am very My threshold for too much chocolate is very low, and I'm here to tell you that's not too much chocolate.
How many of those you eaten?
I mean, it's not something that I would eat 3 or 4 of. I mean, like 1 to 2 is good.
I feel like 1 because it's so much chocolate.
Yeah, but again, though, this is like a treat. Like it's a treat. It's an Oreo treat.
I guess I
on
should
top
ask,
of the treat.
if you're eating an Oreo, or if you're eating Oreos, how many Oreos are you eating?
4.
You're eating 4 Oreos.
Yeah, but I would never eat 4 of those.
No, I'm just asking what it's like. What's a standard amount of Oreos for you?
Yeah, standard grab for me is 4.
You eating a sleeve with a cup of milk, or are you just eating 4?
No, 4 in a glass of milk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have a glass
what's
of
yours?
milk.
Not always, but I
Okay.
do enjoy it. If it's chocolate, yeah.
I feel like if I have a glass of milk, I'm gonna just keep eating until the milk is gone.
Sorry, I meant I should disclaimer. If the Oreo is just like a regular chocolate Oreo, like if it's a golden Oreo, I won't get a golden Oreo. I will not get milk.
No, neither will.
Chocolate, I will. But yeah, I would just eat 1 or 2 of those, but because that's rich. But that was bomb.
Oh yeah, it's.
I'm gonna come in 88. That was high for me. That's just under the 2 peanut butters.
75.
Wow. Okay. This is the furthest apart we've been in a long time. This is good. We need some. We need a little.
I just think it's too much chocolate. I feel like they do it with a different flavor Oreo. Maybe it's better. Or maybe, like I said, maybe a white chocolate icing. It would be better.
I think we can agree that they should be doing this with more Oreos.
Yeah, I think
Not
that'd
less.
I think it'd be better with like other options.
Also, considering how much money they've made, you can give me more than 12 in a pack. I think
I don't. Yeah, that's another thing. We don't typically talk about price point. You just bought these. What was it?
$4.79.
Oh wait, hey, they do fudge covered mint flavored. It's on
do?
the back.
Score. All we had to do was flip it over. But I bet you those are good. I don't think I saw those at our grocery store, but yeah, I would get those.
Hey, Mondelez International.
Mondelez.
We're here for you.
Mondelez. Yeah, no, that's a good one, man. I'm happy with that.
Successful cookie break.
Yeah, and I chose that one out of the 2 flavors I brought this evening because I thought that Oreo embodied this movie. This movie is pretty good. It's pretty great.
You hadn't tried that though. How
I know,
do you
but
know?
I knew it was going to be good, man.
Maybe it was
Am I
terrible.
dumb? No, it wouldn't have been terrible. Wouldn't have been terrible.
Maybe the fudge tastes like poo.
Speaking of fudge, you want some fudge facts? How about we get some between the pillows facts? Come on, man.
Those aren't pillows, buddy.
Oh yeah, they are. I bet you they're pillows. Movie is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I bet you they're pillows.
Length is 1 hour and 33 minutes. Release date was November 25th, 1987, which I did look up, was the day before Thanksgiving. Oh, to have been alive to have gone and seen this in the theater right before Thanksgiving. I think that would have been super fun. Directed by John Hughes. I have a riff on John Hughes I'm going to riff on here in a minute. Cast Steve Martin as Neil Page, John Candy as Del Griffith, Layla Robbins as Susan Page, Michael McKean as the state trooper, Dylan Baker as Owen Mooney, Louis Newcomb as Owen's wife, Olivia Burnett as Marty Page, Larry Hankin as Doobie, Matthew Lawrence as Neil Page Jr., and I could not forget Kevin Bacon as Man Racing Neil to Taxi. Budget $15 million, box office $49.5 million. Synopsis: easily excitable Neil Page is somewhat of a control freak, trying to get home to Chicago to spend Thanksgiving with his wife and kids. His flight is rerouted to a distant city in Kansas because of a freak snowstorm, and his sanity begins to fray. Worse yet, he is forced to bunk up with talkative Del Griffith, who he finds extremely annoying. Together, they must overcome the insanity of holiday travel to reach their intended destination.
As somebody that worked in a movie theater, I was thinking about this because you said to have watched it before Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It kind of blew my mind that Black Friday for movie theaters is still super, super busy. Like it was crazy to me because I had to work Black Friday at the movie theater and it was just slammed. People buying like gift cards to the theater, people buying just coming in to drop their kids off essentially to watch this movie while I go shop essentially.
Yeah.
And it was wild to me because I'd never thought of it from that perspective because I always was one to just be like, Black Friday, I'm staying in. I'm not going out trying to get deals. I don't need deals. It's fine. I buy all the stuff I want when I get the urge to buy it. I'm not really digging for deals. but having to work it multiple times from perspective of like a game store and from a movie theater, I thought for sure movie theater would have been like, they'll be dead. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about movies the day after. But even on like Thanksgiving, the movie theater was open, I believe, and like Christmas, they keep the theater open when I worked, and people would come. They would just come because they'd finish up their holiday activities for the day, and they would have nothing to do, and they'd just go see a movie. So busy on those holidays, surprised the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was a staple thing for me as a kid growing up. My aunts would come into town from out of state, and that would be something that we would totally do. On the Friday after Thanksgiving, we would go to the movie theater. We have gone to the movie theater, I believe, on Christmas Eve before. Not on Christmas Day. I'm a pretty big stickler on Christmas. Like Christmas Day, I'm in my home. Like I'll travel, go visit people, do what I need to do. But December 25th each year, I'm in my house. That's my day.
You? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man, it just. I feel like we've ruined, or our parents maybe have ruined a generation of children. You being one of them. Just for the simple fact that I'm waiting for the inevitable collapse of Disney. Disney is going to crash and burn because it's living off of the old Disney that was really great, like all the Hercules. You got all of these really great properties now, and all of the people that are funding Disney are Disney adults, paying tons of money to go to Disney, bring their kids to Disney and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of the magic is going to get sucked out because they're going to they're going to oh, we're doing Star Wars now. We're doing all these extra things. And they're not really creating anything that really drives people to Disney. The characters almost seem so minor to me. The kids are only excited to see the characters because the parents are excited to see the characters. Oh, look, it's Goofy from all of the Goofy properties that exist now. There's not a ton of these I feel like it's mostly that. And sorry, bringing it back to what I was saying, it's Christmas for so many, it's insane to me how many people just it's November 1st, decorate for Christmas. We just passed Halloween. There's people that I'm sure are decorating for Halloween or for Christmas for Halloween. Just because it's oh well, none of the other holidays matter up until Christmas. My mom talked about wanting to keep a tree out all year. She's I could just put different I could put Valentine's Day stuff on it or Easter stuff on it and just leave the tree out all year. I was
those people freak me out.
You're insane.
Yeah, those people do freak me out. I mean, as somebody who's big time Christmas big boy here, that is a little weird. The people that leave their lights up are also weird.
But when you messaged me to say, oh, hey, I'm falling behind this year, to send me a picture of Home Alone.
On November the 7th.
And I was I remembered what our conversations from last year, and I was oh my God, that's right. He watches Home Alone 60 times a year. It's insane.
Not 60. I mean, probably 10 to 12.
But one thing I was thinking about, because I was watching the next movie, and I saw something on the special features. Have you ever watched Home Alone with the commentary on?
No.
That was something I was thinking about.
I bet they'd be fun.
Because commentaries exist. They've existed for a long time. And I've never I like a lot of movies. I've watched a lot of movies a bunch of times. I've never actually wanted to sit and watch the commentary, which I thought was weird to me because I am a big podcast person. I would figure eventually I would have gotten to the point where oh yeah, I'd love to know more about this movie and how it was made. Let's put the commentary on. But I never have. So that was one thing that struck me when I was watching the last movie. I was curious from the perspective of you. I was have you watched or have you gone in and watched the commentary on that? Because you've watched it so many times.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Quick thing. So the whole Disney thing, I totally agree with you, but you have to understand, I guess my take on it is that they are like any other company and entity. If you're not growing, you're dying. They want to make money. And in order for them to make money, a lot of these older projects is what's making them money. I mean, they have released new movies in the past 5 years, and my wife and I were talking, just the majority of them not so great.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Inside Out 2 was good. Why? It's a sequel to Inside Out. People love Inside Out. We're getting Toy Story 5. Why? Because people love their Toy Stories, right? I saw something. This was just like literally yesterday. I'd seen a trailer for a live action Moana. And that threw me for a loop because Moana came out 9 years ago. It's not like it's that old.
No.
And of course they had to work Dwayne The Rock Johnson in as Maui again. But I was just kind of thrown. I was like, that's not even a decade old. Why do we need a live action of that? Like they were doing live action of like Snow White, which did bad, and Beauty and the Beast.
They don't need to switch the mediums on these things. Like some like
they're just trying to print money.
Yeah, that's it. Like the only people going to see these things are the ones that loved them when they came out the first time.
I can't get into the live action stuff either. I've never gone to a movie theater to see one of their live action movies before.
Well, I was thinking about I think the reason they're probably doing that Moana thing is because of the fact that How to Train Your Dragon just came out, and I think it did okay. And that was a live action of the original, and they brought Gerard Butler back as his original character, the king character.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's just tough though because they put out so much stuff now year over year, and I mean, the hand, bite the hand that feeds you. Like I can purchase Disney Plus, which price increase and all that, but like it's like, well, okay, instead of going to the movie theater and paying to watch all these things, I could just wait till Fantastic Four hits Disney Plus. I could just wait till this hits Disney Plus and I'll just watch it there.
Yeah.
So
well, that's another thing. I feel like mega movie theaters are just. We need more niche movie theaters, like ones that are going to be running like not 7 screens, maybe like 2 screens or something like that, and one is like like a fun version of the other movie. Or hey, every Friday we play this same like movie, or we play Rocky Horror Picture Show and we host like a sing-along every Friday. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I feel like movie theaters aren't as innovative as they used to be, and it's just megaplexes of like here's everything, and then even like that's why we end up with movies that don't do well because they're in with a bunch of other ones that like if you got a bunch of options, nobody's gonna go see it. But yeah, no, my biggest thing with like the Disney stuff is the fact that they've raised prices on everything. They've raised prices on the parks themselves. Like it's not about the kids anymore. It's about the people that can afford to go there, and most of those people are the adults that were loved it when they were younger, and now they're bringing their kids.
Those are some nasty ass pigs on that screen.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm sorry. I was thinking the same thing. We need to start like getting into the.
No. The pigs in the movie look gross.
No, we need to start getting into the movie because we are about a half hour into this thing, and we probably should start talking about it. So
we got to get through facts.
I'm done talking shit about Disney. Don't come after me, Walt. I know your head's frozen and you're going to be put into a robot soon or put inside of an AI that will inevitably take over the world and perhaps run Las Vegas one day, bringing it back to Fallout as well. So here's where we're going to tell you it's time for spoilers. We're going to get into spoiler territory. We recommend you watch the movie. It's on Pluto for free. You're going to have to watch some ads, but it's on there. You can check it out. It's a pretty good trade-off. It's nice. You still get to watch the film, but you're going to have to go through probably like, I don't know, 5 ad breaks with like 5 minutes of ads at each, so it's about an extra 25 minutes. It's just like if you were watching it on TV when you were younger, because all of the people that are listening to this are old. Except for my younger brother and sister. Hey guys, go watch this movie. It's fun. All right. So we're going to give you spoiler warnings now, and then we're going to get into it. So 3, 2, 1, Brendo.
Before I did that, I just wanted, this is a fact. I just wanted to point out just like how incredible a run John Hughes had. Okay. I'm just going to read you some movies that he either wrote or directed or produced or all three. Okay. National Lampoon's Vacation, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Weird Science, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Some Kind of Wonderful, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Dennis the Menace, 101 Dalmatians, Flubber, Home Alone 3, Made in Manhattan. Okay? Dude, and specifically from 83, National Lampoon's Vacation, through 90, Home Alone. All those movies in like a 6 or 7 year period. If somebody wrote one of those, that would be like game set match checkmate. This is freaking insane.
You know what
insane.
The thing that probably like I don't know that screams the most to me about how much of a atrocity it is. He probably didn't make much money. Like he wasn't set up for life after making these movies. Like it's probably. Like
he had his own production company. I think he did pretty great.
If he made a production company, then that's where it's at. I think Sandler learned that pretty early on.
87 he had it through 2002. But yeah, he died pretty young. He died at 59.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, he was a writer on Drill Bit Taylor. Which is kind of funny.
That probably is what did it. Sorry, John Hughes. I think Owen Wilson killed you.
And he also is credited as a story writer for Home Sweet Home Alone, that Disney Plus version of Home Alone that came out in 2021, which was garbage. But I guess maybe they were adapting his idea and they wanted to throw his name on there to try to get people to watch it.
So the movie is playing in the background. They're at the diner, and there is a stuffed cougar. Behind them.
I didn't remember seeing.
And it's very funny looking now that I see it. There's a bunch of stuffed animals in this diner. It's very funny. And there is like so much food in front of them. Well, actually,
that's not food. Those are all toppings, bud.
Toppings? I'm talking about there's a grapefruit with a cigarette in it. There's a
but I'm saying there's ketchup, mustard, syrup.
I'm talking about the food items in front of John Candy. There's a bowl of cereal in front of Steve Martin and about 7 food items in front of John Candy.
Yeah, but I'm saying that many of those things are like there's syrup. There's 3 like little canisters with berries in them.
I'm aware that those exist, but
you're annoying.
There's food there.
Okay, I understand. Here's my facts. Anyway, on instruction from John Hughes, Edie McClurg's role as the St. Louis car rental agent was partially improvised. Hughes told her to simply riff a fake phone conversation with someone about Thanksgiving plans, while Steve Martin remains waiting in line, staring at her to finish up. McClurg came up with the idea to speak to her sister about who was going to make what, adding, "You know I can't cook." Hughes asked her how she came up with those lines so quickly, and she replied that, like his scripts, she just drew it up from her own life. McClurg claims to this day that random people ask her to tell them that they're fucked, that's a funny line. The exterior of the aircraft in flight is a reuse of the 707 flying through the storm from the movie Airplane, also from Paramount Pictures. John Hughes, in an interview on the Those Aren't Pillows DVD, said he was inspired to write this film's story after an actual flight he was on from New York to Chicago. The flight was inadvertently diverted to Wichita, Kansas, making him take 5 days to get home. No transportation company wanted to appear inept or deficient in any way, so crews had to rent 20 miles of train track and refurbish old railroad cars, construct a set that looked like an airline terminal, design a rent-a-car company logo and uniforms, and rent 250 cars for the infamous rent-a-car sequence. When sitting in the refrigerator truck towards the end of the film, Del has a black eye. This is a reference to a deleted scene where, after Del and Neil are arrested by the state trooper and they leave the jailhouse, Del mentions not having bought insurance for the rental car they destroyed. As a result, Neil punches him in the face. And then the scene near the end where Del reveals to Neil in the L station that his wife Marie has been dead for 8 years is certainly touching. However, as filmed, it was originally much darker. After making his confession to Neil, Del pops open the lid of the ubiquitous trunk that both men had been hauling throughout their trip together, only to reveal Marie's mummified corpse within. Unfortunately, test audience reactions were overwhelmingly negative when Hughes was forced to film a happier ending.
Could you imagine? No fucking shit. No fucking shit they didn't take. What do you mean?
No, honestly, when I read that, I there's 5% of me. There's 5% of me that thought if they popped open that trunk and his wife was in there as a mummy, I think I would have died. Like, I think I would have laughed so hard. I think it would have worked.
I think you think it would have worked?
Like, I just think people would. It's just so extreme. You're like, wait, what?
I feel like if it was,
oh, it's incredible.
I feel like if it was like an urn full of ashes, I would have been okay with it. But like, yeah, if there would have been a mummified corpse in there, I'd have been like, no, No fucking. That would have ruined this whole movie. I would have been. I'm with the test audience.
Yeah, it probably would have.
If this freak human being, like this really genuinely sweet guy, is just too much. If he's carrying around his dead wife, he killed her. That's what's in my head. He's killed her and he's bringing her along the whole time.
You see it and it's just abrupt and this movie's over.
That's how it. He reveals her mummified corpse and a knife, and he stabs Steve Martin in the fucking throat. That's how it ends. And then he puts him in the trunk so he can have him with him always too.
He mummifies him.
This is now a horror movie.
Oh man. There you go.
Oh,
and then
my God.
It's like a back and forth between the family eating their Thanksgiving dinner without Neil, and then him like slowly mummying him into the trunk.
He's slowly bleeding out in the trunk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that makes this movie so dark. There's no way he can come back from that. Oh, what an idiot. I can't believe he thought that he could. He can't keep getting away with it.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh my God. John Hughes, you madman.
I know it's a different time, but I just right off the track, like people are carrying trunks with them even in the 80s. That's a thing?
I don't know, man.
It just seems like a very large thing.
There's a lot of briefcases.
Heavy thing.
There's a lot of trunks, like in all of these scenes.
But were people really like frequently hauling around trunks?
Were people wearing green pants and starting barrel fires in the fucking 80s? I don't know.
Maybe in Wichita. They're probably still doing this today.
We're not in Kansas anymore, sir. Oh man. Oh yeah. So you watched this movie the first time. What was your favorite part? Did you have a favorite thing about this movie?
Don't
run.
You just caught me. I was trying to think of what my favorite part of this movie was. I think it's. Oh yeah, my favorite part is when they're driving the wrong way on the highway.
Okay.
And they're trying to let them know they're driving the wrong way, and of course they lose the mirrors.
The wrong way.
And then, specifically, my favorite part about it is when they slide between the two semis, and the cut of them, each of them turning into a skeleton, and then John Candy as the devil. That's the best part. It's perfect.
I saw that scene again, and I thought, Brenden is going to love this
because of Home Alone 2.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Exactly.
It's
the
great.
Skeleton scene from Home Alone, and that's all I could think of.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Yep, that's all I could think of, and I was like, that's exactly
you
what I
asked
hear
me
from
too
you.
quick, and I was trying to process. I'm like, well, I know there was a part of this movie I love more than what else.
I do love that.
It was that.
I love that scene for the people going, you're going the wrong direction.
Because they are telling him for a long time.
And he's like, they say we're going the wrong direction. He's like, how the heck they know where we're going? And it's like, oh yeah, that's a good point. And he just woke up, so it makes what he's saying makes sense to him. So he's like, and they both wave. But John Candy doing the just like drunk
messing
thing.
with him.
It's very funny. I also really enjoy the scene where he's selling the shower curtain rings as earrings to all these girls and women. He's walking around like saying what they are. They're like collector's edition, and like just selling them all on this like lie. It's very funny. This is the worst thing I've ever seen, by the way. I have the movie playing. It's a commercial right now. This is very clearly an AI commercial. It looks terrible and it's a piece of shit. So don't get Progressive Insurance because of it. It looks so bad. Like this looks terrible to me. When are we what are these ads? I don't understand AI ads.
Brian and our fans can't see the show.
I know they can't see it, but just don't. AI ads are just nightmares. There's a bunch of Coca-Cola ones that I just saw that nightmare. It's for like people that are in their 60s and 70s, and they're like, oh, look at the fun animals driving commercial. Sorry.
I think what I love about this movie the most is the fact that you got two people from like clearly very different walks of life that are forced together for a reason, and in a weird way they complement each other, right? So I mean, and I know that you could take that shtick and apply it to a lot of movies, but I mean, honestly, as annoying as Del Griffith is incredibly useful as a friend, right? He knows a lot of people. Steve Martin would not have gotten home without Del.
I don't know.
Del assists him so many times. Now I know that Neil, Steve, is paying for all of it, right? But I mean, Del does have a lot of ways to help out. And it's great. I love it.
I don't know, man. When Steve Martin like leaves Del, Del would not have gotten a car if he had not stolen Steve Martin's like diner's card.
That's true.
Which is kind of wild to me that he tries to lie about it later too. After he said, "I'm very honest. I've never lied before. Or I've never stolen anything. I've never stolen anything in my life." And then he steals his credit card in this movie.
Oh my god!
But no, there's
dragging the trunk through the soil field is amazing.
Honestly, Steve Martin breaks up with him while they're at the diner, and he's just like, "Hey, listen, we've been putting our heads together for a while, and I think we're getting nowhere. It's fucking terrible. We should probably split up because we'd be better off on our own." And honestly, all of the things that are bad that happened is like, let's say Del doesn't exist in this universe. Steve Martin gets his cab. This flight is still delayed, but he gets his cab. He doesn't pay any extra money for a cab that is stolen by Del. Del doesn't get him robbed in the middle of the night. $700 robbed from him in the middle of the night, which I don't know what in 1987 is this when it came out.
Yeah,
1987. What's $700 now?
Oh man, let's do it.
It's got to be crazy. And then he gets his the rental car. He's like probably out like $30,000 for that.
Would be about $2,000 today. $1,996.
Oh my god!
Cents.
Oh my gosh! Cash your stimulus check now.
I'm still waiting, Donald.
Man, listen, for people that are screaming about never like doing anything socialist, they're sure as shit handing out a lot of free cash for like in his presidency.
No, they're saying okay, we could not. No. They're saying they're going to do it.
Listen,
are they going to do it? I don't know.
Listen.
Anyway,
listen. Listen.
Take a picture. It'll last longer.
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking. All right, I'm looking. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, there are a lot of things, and I think most of the things that cause him grief and lots of issues are caused by Del directly.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Like.
So it's worth it.
But what you're saying is that
Del is also helpful.
That they're working together to get through this thing.
Well, no,
I feel like Steve Martin could have made it home on his own and probably like paid way less money.
Well, no, I mean, like, yeah, of course. Like his wife is asleep. His wife is sleeping in bed, and like she hears on the TV, like, oh, Chicago is starting to clear up. Like the airport's starting to clear up. Like he could have just stayed at the airport and just got home.
Yes,
sure.
exactly. And Del was the one that said, "Oh, you don't want to be waiting around. They're 18 hours behind." He's got money. He could have bought his way onto a plane. Shit, for the amount of money that it cost him to get back home the way he did go, he could probably got a private plane to get him to fly back home.
But then we don't get the hilarity ensuing.
I know. I'm just saying that.
We need him.
I'm just saying that if we were to like really crack down on it, like these two, Steve Martin is he's being taught a lesson. He's being taught the lesson of patience with this man.
So let me get this straight. So Steve Martin paid for a first class seat on that plane,
and then got bumped.
And then he got bumped because the flight attendant is dating that guy. Is that what we're led to believe, or is that too far of a stretch?
It's either that or like he's like somebody that works for the airline or something like that.
Because she's so eager to like let her whatever boy toy sit in there, but then of course he has to go back and sit with Del. Next thing I want to talk about: would you ever be on a plane and let somebody who you didn't know sleep on your shoulder?
No,
never.
I definitely give him the old. I give him the old like arm jolt or just like the clear the throat loudly, that kind of thing.
Is that the guy that was making out with the girl playing the Galaga behind him?
Could you pronounce that game one more time for me?
Isn't that Galaga?
It's Galaga.
Galaga, whatever.
Galaga.
Galaga. Oh my god.
No, I honestly
look at that kid's hair. Third from the left, bro. Oh my god.
Hey, nobody can see what you're talking about, Brenden.
I don't care.
I think that like there's a lot of stuff with, like, Steve Martin's character is very anal retentive in this movie too. He's disgusted by all of these things, and Dell is like the opposite of that. So I almost feel like there's some missing scenes where like maybe Steve Martin's like having issues with his wife or something.
Oh yeah,
like
no,
that.
You're 100% right. So I had seen some extra like facts and stuff on this. I didn't write it down. So apparently, like the first run through of the movie, Hughes is pretty notorious for like having like way more scenes than he would ever need. So like I had read that like the first shot on this was like over 3 hours, and like he parsed it down to like 2:30, and then to like 2, and then to an hour and a half. And there's definitely scenes with the Steve Martin's wife where like there's more there in terms of her thinking he's cheating. Like she's like questioning like, oh, you're with somebody, huh? You know, and Steve Martin's like kind of ambiguous as to like whether it's a man or woman and all that kind of thing. So there was that, and all that gets cut. Like the wife has like extremely tiny sliver of a role that I think she was supposed to have. Also, I think that something that they didn't put in the movie that I think they should have, because reading it now, I'm like, oh, so why they're robbed? So John Candy orders a pizza. Okay, and the pizza boy comes and brings a pizza, and he only tips him $1. And him giving him a shitty tip is why he breaks back in the room and robs them. But you know what I mean? You just think some random person robbed him.
Again, that's just adding to the Dell causing all the problems. But I think though the hotel is so scuzzy and scummy that I feel like you just accept it.
Right? No, I agree. But I think I would have. This movie is like 93 minutes. Like they could have had 2 minutes of him like giving the pizza guy a shitty tip. Like I would have loved that. This movie, would have been. I would have been fine if it would have went on for a little longer. It was great.
The ending feels really rushed in this movie. I feel like
I'm not ready to talk about that yet.
It is all about the travel, and it's there's a lot of like fun stuff happening there. But it is funny like looking at these two. It's very an odd. It's an odd couple kind of scenario.
Oh, sorry. I just want to talk about some of the shit that Del Griffith says. Okay. So he says, $6 in my right nut. We aren't landing in Chicago.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Okay, that's great. And he's got another one. If your kid spills his milk, what do? Slap him on the head?
Yeah. Dude, one of my favorite lines in this. Oh my god! Whenever he's like, I could pick at you too. I could make I could say stuff that I don't like about you. He's like, oh okay. Tell me one thing. Just tell me something that annoys you. He's like, you play with your balls a lot. It's like, what? And he gets so offended after he's been so mean to Dell the whole time, just kind of ripping into him like about things that he doesn't like, and then he says that, and then Steve Martin just can't let it go. And he's like, Larry Bird handles the ball less than you do. Handles the balls less than you do in an hour. And then he's like, you know what I wish? It's like that you had more balls and extra fingers.
He's like more balls and an extra set of fingers.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of the funniest lines of the whole movie. It killed me. I was dying when he said that.
It's so great. I love when they go to the hotel and they have to share the bed, and it cuts to the bed and like the music that's playing, like that, almost like a kind of like a Jawsy kind of thing.
Dude, the after they wake up together and they both jump out of bed and they start like, oh yeah, see the game last night, like saying the most manly things that they can think of. That's very funny to me too.
There's another scene that was cut where Steve Martin goes in to take a shower, and when he's in the shower, he's like having the water turns off on him, but like he's showering and like seemingly is like trying to clean himself up, and then he opens the curtain and he sees all that shit on the counter, like all of Dell's stuff and like socks and underwear and all that. And then there's like all those wet towels on the floor.
Yeah.
There's a scene where like we see like how that ended up coming about.
Is it because he let Dell go first in the shower?
I think so. Yeah.
Because
I could have used that.
The exchange between the two of them, it seemed like he was going to let him. Like he was like, oh yeah, go ahead, you go first, you go ahead. And then he's like messing around in the room and stuff.
You want to shower? Oh no, not together. It's
that's such a good line. No. That's not what I didn't mean together. I just freaking out. Yeah. So good. I actually really like too the guy, the cab driver too. The cab driver cracked me up too because whenever he was like, it's taking a long time. He's like, yeah, we almost there yet. He's like, oh yeah, you told me your friend hadn't been in town before, so I took him. Took him the scenic route or something like that. So he's just like racking up the bill on like how much he's going to charge these guys for, because he's like, the interstate's, you only see the interstate, and he's like the guy's, he's proud of his town. This is rare in this day and age. Like everything that goes on with Del, and like it just causes him extra money, which he seemingly has. He's doing like, he's willing to pay his way like all the way through this thing.
I love when Neil, 20 some minutes in, when they're in the hotel room, he just has enough of his shit, and he just goes off on Del, and he's going on a tirade just about how frustrated and angry and everything he is, and he says, it kind of culminates with him saying, I've been with Del Griffith, so I can take anything. That killed me. Like, if you're having a hard time in life, it's like, no, it's not as bad as being around
Del Griffith. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you mean the shower curtain sales guy? I know.
Yeah.
It's such a good tirade.
Dude, so when we talked a little behind the scenes, Brenden picked this movie, and he said, I feel like after the last couple of movies, we needed something a little bit funny, a little bit light to, as like, you've never seen this movie before.
Yeah, something happy.
Yeah. And he's like, what? I was like, I probably shouldn't have said anything, but this isn't all like rainbows and butterflies. This movie is like very, very sad at times. And just watching like that interaction, it ends, he's like, yeah, that's it. Pick on me. That's fine. And it's just like this very sad scene. It's almost like that scene could be the end of an entire like fucking movie. Like the interaction, but like he's just like, yeah, I'm an easy target. And he goes on, and then he lays down in bed sad, and then he lays back down and goes to sleep, and then like they continue on life, and then they do it again like in another 20 minutes. They just keep doing it. It's very like sad. Del's just getting beat up on. It's very like, the whole time it just goes on.
But he's very like I enjoyed that part because he has a very real response. He's like, I'm real. Like, I like me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man.
No, it does it says something about the characters, because like it's like you're watching this as like it's a movie, it's funny, right? Like, there all these bad things are happening and all that, and then he blows up on him, and then you're just like, oh, like he'll just take it because that's what a character in a movie would do, but he doesn't. He's kind of like, he pushes back, and he's like, it kind of develops his character a little bit. Like he's a human. Like you're seeing like these two humans interact, not characters on a screen, which is it's very good.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's some sadness in this. Like, not to be a big ass cornball, but they're eating, and like,
don't say ass cornball and then eating.
Neil talks about how he's missing his daughter's Thanksgiving pageant.
Yeah,
and oh my god, Del's like, oh, I'm sorry. Those are precious moments. They don't come back again. It's like, you're missing it, and you're not getting it back, bro.
He says it so nonchalantly, dude.
Yeah, it's so good. But like, I had like, I'm pretty proud of coming to like everything for my kids, and I had to miss like a thing like that a couple years ago, and I still think about it. It's like the one thing, like a kid's performance I've missed, and I'm like, oh man,
dude. Sorry, I know you're talking about something very serious right now, but I would pay money for I'd pay money for the props for the marathon car rental outfit.
Oh yeah,
like
her big bow on her
big bow,
shirt,
the vest is like
amazing.
It's like all this like the people that created this stuff is.
Oh my god, can you buy any of that? Can you buy like a marathon car rental shirt? You have to be able
I'm
to.
sure
that'd be incredible.
I mean, the props and stuff come up all the time. I actually have thought about buying props and stuff, but I already have so much crap laying around. But yeah, this movie, I really enjoyed it. Again,
you can do that with that lady's face on it that says you're fucked.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you can get one without her face that says you're fucked too. Good.
Well, I prefer if it was that color scheme too.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I found this purple. Yeah.
I really enjoy this movie. I think it's fun. I think it's a great it's. There's not a lot of holiday movies that are around Thanksgiving, and this does a great job of giving you something that's actually worth your time to watch. And I think it's a good movie, and it's got like you said, it's a good holiday movie. It's got a good message behind it. It's although this guy has been pushed to all of his limits, he's just trying to get home to see his family, and he wants to make that happen no matter what. And he runs into this guy that is causing him no end of grief, but he somehow finds it in him to forgive the way this guy acts and work with him and help him. And even at the end, he he asked him to come have the holiday with him because he knows he's alone. He doesn't have anybody else, and it's very sweet. It's a very nice ending to the movie. I say this as we're watching the scene where Steve Martin's character is pulled by his genitals out of the street.
I've never seen anybody pulled up by their testicles before.
But no, this is a very fun movie. If you haven't watched it before, it's very worthwhile. We haven't spoiled a lot of the jokes or anything like that. But it is very fun and very exciting.
We can't hold on. I got a couple quick takes. We can't pack this in yet.
I've wrapped what I have to say. You go ahead and say.
We can't back it. So I enjoy a lot whenever they're cutting up at the second hotel at the very end of the movie when John Candy makes the joke. He's like, "Turn me over. I'm a Whopper. I have those grill marks all over me." That joke is hilarious.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, the ending of this, man. God, dude. Wow. What a freaking missile.
John Hughes wants to make you cry.
Yeah. I mean, to find out, that Dell's wife has been dead all that time. Then I go in this big thing. I'm like, okay, and I'm sure a lot of people have too. Is Dell homeless then? Does it mean he's homeless? Is he just constantly traveling around to have shit to do?
That could be why he carries that makes more sense for his big case.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I've seen people, I've read people's thoughts, and people have both sides of the fence there. I guess I'm kind of going on the homeless side because if you have a home, why are you carrying a trunk around with you?
I feel like this could end with a post-credit scene of him saying goodbye to Dell after Thanksgiving. He let him stay the night or something like that. He's like, I'm actually going to look at a house. So it's like, oh, that's great. And he walks out and he walks across the street. And there's a realtor waiting for him or something like that. He's gonna move in across the street so he can constantly be around his friend that he's finally made. But
I kind of spoiled it already. But how old do you think Steve Martin was in this movie?
Oh, Steve Martin looks like his kids are really young. He also has it's a rare scene where you can see Steve Martin actually have a little color in his hair because I'm pretty sure there's a little spot of black in his hair you can see. He looks like he's in his 50s, but
he's 41.
I was gonna say younger than that, but
yeah, but I mean, with the white hair,
he's always looked that age. He's looked so much older. Him and Father of the Bride. I don't know if you ever watched Father of the Bride or Father of the Bride Part 2. Those are great movies. If you're looking for more Steve Martin, check those out. But he's looked in his 60s, 70s since he was in his 20s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
he's always had white hair in everything I've seen him. Except for maybe there's the one movie he did. Oh gosh, I forget what the name of it. He was playing a gangster. It was the same movie that Goodfellas, the same story that Goodfellas was based off of.
Oh.
I think it's My Blue Heaven or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me sad because he's 80, and like I said, him and Martin Short and Selena Gomez are incredible in Only Murders, and I mean, I think it's their flagship show as a network, and so I'm just these guys are old, man. I don't want them to die, but the show is so great. So great. Speaking of great,
we got
some good ratings
on this bad boy.
Rotten Tomatoes 93%. Audience rating is 87, pretty strong. IMDb 7.6. Again, IMDb is pretty tough to do well on.
What was it?
7.6.
Wasn't 6.7?
No.
I'm ruining it for the kids.
No.
Are your kids saying that to you?
Yeah, that's
wow.
Yeah.
Man, you want me to come over and ruin it for them? Be an old man saying it to them?
Yeah. I mean, you've already ruined the next movie, the episode for me.
Wow. Yeah, we're almost there, though, bud. Hold on for one more second. While I say thank you to everybody for making it this far into the podcast. We really appreciate you. We really do. We're hoping that you had a great Thanksgiving. I know this isn't the Thanksgiving episode, but we're leading into it. And I think this is a good movie to drive you into the holiday. And I got one that's going to drive you right out of it. So get ready for that here in a minute. But thank you so much for listening. If you want to check us out, we're the Recommended Podcast on YouTube. We're the Recommended Podcast on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok. We are the Recommended on Facebook and wherever you get your podcast from. So Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Overcast, all those fun places. Please check us out. And I will tell you now that you should subscribe, and click the bell. But then I'm going to tell you what the next movie is. And I was thinking to myself, Brenden, you picked a Thanksgiving movie. That's great. That's awesome. We're going to go into the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm going to pick a Thanksgiving movie too. So I Googled Thanksgiving movies just to see what was out there. Because I knew that slim pickings.
Yeah.
But I found a real gem that not only covered Thanksgiving, but it also covered Black Friday.
Yeah,
which I think is great. I think you listen to this podcast, you watch this movie on Thanksgiving, and it'll get you prepped and ready for the holiday that follows the holiday. And the movie that I'm talking about is starring Kevin James. It is Paul Blart Mall Cop. And I think that another thing that this will do for you is it will allow you to also listen to the podcast From Death Do Us Blart, or Until Death Do Us Blart. And that is a podcast that is done yearly by the McElroy brothers and the guys that made the Worst Idea of All Time podcast, where they watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 every year, and they meet to talk about it. That's their punishment until they die. And then they pass that curse on to someone else. So I'm really looking forward to listening to that podcast this year. And I wanted to bring Brenden down into the mud with me. And I'm hoping to bring all of you down with me. Watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Mall Cop.
Paul Blart Mall Cop. This one that I'm holding in my hand that somehow ended up in my collection because it's bad. The original, number 1, Kevin James, really bringing it. So watch that movie. We'll catch you next time on Thanksgiving. We're not taking a day off. Neither should you. Listen to the podcast, subscribe, click the bell. And Brenden, you want to send us out?
Yeah, you know what would make me happy?
Having
2 balls and another set of fingers, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. We'll catch you guys all next time. Happy holidays. Bye.